What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Over1000, and today we're going to look at Premium DNA's Earthworm Jim. All right, now, if you are a child of the 90s, like moi, you know who Earthworm Jim is. I mean, if you had a Super Nintendo, or if you had a Sega Genesis, or a Sega CD, I believe the first one was on Sega CD, you know who Earthworm Jim is. This dude was big. I loved Earthworm Jim. Many of my friends loved Earthworm Jim. It was just such an unbelievably zany video game that it drew every kid I knew to it. Now, like I said, it was indeed on both Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, but to me, it was a Genesis game. I'm a Super Nintendo guy. I've always been a Super Nintendo guy, but I also had the Genesis. And Earthworm and Jim and Vector Man, those were the two be-all, end-all video games in the Genesis for me. Yes, I know we had Sonic, but no one topped Earthworm Jim in my opinion. This is Earthworm Jim, like I said, from Premium DNA. And I got this guy on AliExpress for like 20 bucks. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff going around about this figure and the line of figures, but I'm telling you right now, they are not factory defects. They are not bootlegs. This figure is a legitimate Premium DNA figure, as you see right there. And it, from all of my research, these figures were like auctioned off, I guess, to the highest bidder. Premium DNA, I guess, was not paying the rent on their warehouses, so I guess the warehouse just kicked them out and sold the shit they had stored in there. And Earthworm Jim was one of them. Now, some people are saying they have issues with their figures, but I'm telling you right now, I have no issues whatsoever. Like, zooming in on Jim here, the paint is really darn good. Now, yes, over here I have a little bit of splosh, yellow onto the worm part of them, but really, it's not that bad. I could go over it with some tan paint that I have, but I have no paint flecks whatsoever. I say that as there's something right there. So I guess I have one. But, yeah, there's nothing on here, guys, that is bad. This is a legitimate Premium DNA figure that I was able to get on AliExpress for $20. And, you know, I don't have any specific link that I could give you. I mean, I guess I could give you a link where I got mine at the store I got mine. But if you just go to AliExpress and type in PDNA, Earthworm Jim, they're going to come up right away. And when as always, anything you get on AliExpress, make sure you check the store reviews. Don't just buy them willy-nilly, because that could give you some problems. Make sure you check the store reviews. That if they have 90 or above rating, you'll be fine. But yes, this guy is a great figure. He's fun. He's cool to look at. He's Earthworm Jim. I mean, what more can I say? I'm messing with his articulation now, like, so I don't have to completely go over it, like do the whole articulation section a bit, because I want to keep this lower than 20 minutes, like my last Turtles one was. But he's got all, like, the articulation you'd want. He's got the ankle rockers in there. He's got the standard, you know, foot hinge down there, I guess you could call it. He's got his knees. He can't touch his ass, but I don't care. Now, see, there is paint rub there, but that honestly is with almost any figure I have, especially import figures. If they're white or something like that and there's blue on them, you're going to have paint rub there. Believe it or not, that can come off easily with a magic eraser. But yeah, he stands real well, in my opinion. You can get him in some pretty good dynamic poses. I see people have issues with theirs, but I don't have issues with mine. I really, really don't. Even I see some people saying that their hands don't stay on very well, but my hands stay on just fine. And I'm thankful for that. Like here at the gun too, like it stays on. It doesn't fall off. The hand, I mean, yeah, the pegs are small, but they're tight. And I don't have an issue there at all. Now, I wish he had a tighter grip on his gun, but even that's not anything worth complaining about. Not really. The only noticeable thing that I have on mine is when I mess around with his torso, because he does have, you know, the torso articulation, that this did lift out. But I think that's probably going to happen on most of them. So what I may do is I may heat that up a little, stretch it down, and put it in there with some super glue, or I'll just let it alone. But yeah, this is a fun figure, guys. He's well worth the $20-some, especially when he's not even shipped yet on Big Bad Toy Store, and he's going for $50. It's just, it's not even a question at this point. And like, I try to get like the video game pose on the cover of the video game. And I think I got it pretty good there. Now his ankles are a little bit, they're not weak. I don't want to say they're weak, and I don't want to say they're loose, because he's standing pretty good. But he is a top-heavy character. Like, his legs are kind of spindly, but they're nothing like McFarlane's Batman the Animated Series legs. Like, those legs, those figures didn't stand at all. Jim does. Jim stands pretty well. Sometimes I have to use sticky tack on things, but I don't here. And, like, we could zoom in, and right there's all the stamping on his foot. Like, I can't exactly, you know, yeah, 2023 Interplay Entertainment, 2023 Premium DNA LLC. So, yeah, like I said, this is an official figure. This isn't a bootleg. This isn't a ripoff. This isn't a clone. This is a premium Bandai Earthworm Jim. And he fell. And I don't feel bad about getting it, because, you know, I don't know what is being said about Premium DNA is true, but I'm telling you right now, if I can get a $50 figure for $20-some, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So since we took a look at him, let's take a look. As you can see, this is the box. This is the sleeve. I got the, unfortunately, this right here just stuck on there. See, the manufacturer date was September 1st, 2023. And it tells you all that mumbo jumbo and whatnot. So the only thing I don't like is it is just stuck on there. But it is a slipcase. So get rid of that. And then we have like the standard packaging. And this shows you right here all the rest of them in the line. I don't know if I'm going to get them all. I will probably get a Psycho. And I might get Bob and number 4. And then this tells you, you know, he has a couple sets of hands. Many hands make light work. He comes with 2 heads. The smiling head and the default head. These are the default heads that come with him. He has the backpack, his blaster, and then snots. He has a couple snots. He has action snot, like in the game when like snot would shoot out of Jim's backpack and maybe grab onto a hook and sling him across like a pit. He had lazy snot that when Jim was just kind of standing there not doing anything, he'd peek out of the backpack. And then you have just snot. That's what snot looked like in like the animated series at the very least. Because yeah, there was an animated series. I think it only lasted maybe a season or 2, but I liked it. It came out during the time of, you know, Animaniacs and all that stuff where everybody was trying to be Animaniacs. And I also got the headset, which I'll show you the packaging for that. But there's nothing in it because when it comes to my stuff, I don't keep them in here. I usually keep them in little baggies. But the heads that he got, he did get the worm body, and he got the Groovy Jim, the Oh Yeah Jim, the Ow Jim, the Plasma Jim, Cheater, I guess for cheat code, you know, and Wee Doggy, and whatnot. All nods to the games and things he said in the game. And let me bring those out. Like I said, I have them in my handy dandy Ziploc bag. I tend to do that. Now, one thing I'll say about these heads, they're really cool. I'm glad I got them. I am. But I think the heads on Big Bad's Toy Store were going for maybe $30, maybe $40. At that price, there's no way. Get out of there. There's no way I would have bought them. Not for $40. But for the $15 I paid, $14.99, I got these two from the same seller. And like he had them taped up. Not great packaging. I don't want to shit on the guy, but why would you tape packages together and risk ruining? I like boxes. I don't keep things in boxes, but certain boxes I do keep. Here are the hands. You know, one of the default fists that come on him in package. Just standard fist. One of the, hands, the stop in the name of love, I guess you could say. And then another fist, another default fist. And the other, you could put his gun in the other hand. And we'll bring Jim in here to compare. Let me just pop his head off. See, really easy to pop in and off. Not hard at all. They go in smooth. They stay in smooth. No real issues. This is one of the default heads, and this is, I believe, the cheat code head. You know, some difference there, different expression. And I believe is this. See, there are two different heads that look the same to me. Yeah, see, this head is one of the heads in the head pack. This comes with Jim. However, let me see if it's here somewhere. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, I know where it's at. It's on the worm. And as you see, these are very similar. There might be some difference in the eyeballs and difference in like where his grin is going to, but these two heads are very similar. The worm, you know, tip of his worm head is going a little different there going on, but very close to this head. You know, if these were $50 or the $30 or $40 pack from Big Bad Toy Store, nah, I wouldn't have jumped on it. But for 15 extra bucks, why not? And like I said, since it's here, this is the worm. The worm comes with Jim, and well, not with Jim, but with the headsets, and it's cool, nice to have. Problem is, it does not set up at all. Nothing I do keeps this guy straight. He just falls down. On my shelf, I have him with a little bit of blue tack that I put here, and he sets up pretty well. But I wish this would have been like a bendy worm. That would have been pretty cool. And then we could have like put him in Jim's hand for like the whipping motion that he does in the game. He can attack enemies with his worm body. Again, here's another head that came in the pack. Very similar to, you know, the heads that do come with them. So, I mean, they're $15. I'm not going to complain. Again, you know, basically the same head here. He's just looking off. This one is looking forward, and this one's looking off. This is the head that comes with him. One of the grinning heads in this head. And then this is the head that comes in the pack. Another head, you know, yelling head. And then the cheat code head. And one of my favorite heads in the pack is his owl head. This happens to Jim, you know, if he dies, it catches on fire, whatever. It pops right in there, you know. It does look pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. That's funny. When Jim is at his, when all of his health is gone, or he gets blowed up, or catches on fire, that's what you see in the game. Just funny stuff. I like it. Like I said, would I have gotten it if it was a $50 pack? Absolutely not. There's no way that I would have paid this much money for it. But for $15, absolutely no problem spending that much money on it. He also comes with, like I said, this is Action Snot. Put him back there when he goes flying up. Lazy Snot. And cute little, you know, just Snot. Jim's little buddy. To put these guys on, it's real simple. He has a little, move his little backpack back here. And then you can put him right in. Like that. My camera here a little bit. Looks like a war going on here with all these accessories. Move them off to the side. And the really cool thing about this is it doesn't make Jim back heavy. It really, really doesn't. Like, I thought for sure he was not going to be able to stand, but he stands pretty good with this on. Remove that. You want Lazy Snot in there. Same way. Just put him in right there. And then we can just put the and there we go. Yeah, great figure. Great figure. For the price, unbelievable in my opinion. He hits all the chords. He has all the articulation. He's not the most articulated figure that there ever was, right? I mean, he's Earthworm Jim. Where are you going to find another Earthworm Jim figure, guys? You're not going to find one anywhere outside of the classic one, which I used to have, but I don't have anymore. So, it is what it is. I love him. I think he's a great figure. I think he's worth going and buying, you know. Find him online. Go to AliExpress. And I'm telling you, you'll be happy. He is a good figure to have. Great figure to have in the collection. All sorts of fun. He's just a fun figure. He's got to stand out on that alone, you know. He really is. He's got to pop on your shelf. Keep knocking him down. He's got to pop on your shelf. He just will. Like, that's great. That's cool stuff, right? Earthworm Jim by Premium DNA. He ticks all the bells and whistles for me. He's a quirky character. He's fun to pose. He's fun to play with. He looks great. Now, I have seen some other reviews where people are getting some issues with theirs, but I have no issues with mine. So, check them out. Go to AliExpress. Type in PDNA. Yeah, PDNA. Earthworm Jim. You'll be happy you did. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around for my next review. And is it worth it? Absolutely. Thanks for watching.